Small. Small. There he is, hiding in the corner. It's about scale. The big dog looks very big next to the small dog, and the small dog looks very small next to a big dog. Here are these two blokes. One of them's very tall. He's the Rock. One of them's not so tall. There, here he is, stood next to Shaq. Size is relative. Here's a photograph I took of Saturn, and another one of Earth. There we are, all of us. Scale and distance. Earth is tiny when it's far away. When I was young, I used to love playing with toy cars. I wouldn't play with these. These aren't toy cars. They're real cars. This is a type of photography called tilt-shift photography. These are real cars in a real street. They're not models. It's just magic. That's not a model. That's the real thing. Before and after. Magic. Movies. Rick Moranis in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Oh, Rick. Or Matt Damon in Downsizing. Or the 1950s movie The Fly, where he turns into a fly. Or Land of the Giants. That's just a giant camera. They're normal-sized people. Here's Jack Black as Gulliver in Gulliver's Travels. He's huge. Or are the Lilliputians just small? Here's a newborn baby. Actually, it's not. It's a sculpture of a baby. The woman next to him is a real human. The baby is enormous. The sculptures are Ron Merck, the Australian sculptor. He used to work at Sesame Street. He creates hyper-realist sculptures. The only difference is the scale is wrong. How would you feel walking round the corner to be faced with a giant baby? Here's an old lady. She's tiny. Why would Ron Merck make her so tiny? Is it perhaps she's very fragile? Roy and Matilda are two mice who love art galleries. One day they take their family to visit the Queensland Art Gallery. Some of you may have been there. It's in Brisbane, in Southbank. It was night time when they arrived, and as no one could see them, they decided to look around for a while. They found a little hole in the bottom of a wall and set about making a cosy home. One day, a man who worked in the gallery's workshop restoring and carving frames found they were living there and decided to make them a special little front door. And if you ever go to the gallery, you should be able to find it if you look carefully. And you can open it. You should probably knock first. The sculptures of Anthony Gormley, small clay figures. When you put a lot of them together, the small becomes very, very big. The surrealist work of Paco Pomme, the Spanish painter. It's a painting. Look closely, the figures are wrong. The scale is wrong. As is this illustration by Sean Tan. I can't work out if it's beautiful or horrendous. Tiny paintings of Dina Brodsky or Hassan Kale. He's painting here on almonds. The charcoal drawings of Matteo Pizarro. This sculpture, this installation, is a model. It's only about 5 foot tall, but it does look much bigger. This one is much smaller. Hattie Newman's work is made from paper. Wood and Harrison make models. Here their model is the burning of the Brighton Pier. And here's a model of a Volkswagen Golf, and someone's stolen its wheels. Sue Blackwell's work comes out of books, literally. I'm amazed how Danielle Clough would even begin to make that. And I wouldn't eat these if I were you, made by the collective Paramodel. These look like sunflower seeds. Maybe they are. This is the Turbine Hall in the Tate Modern Museum in London, and millions of them are on the floor. And Ai Weiwei, the Chinese artist, suggests that they're not sunflower seeds. They're all individually carved from porcelain, made by an army of people in a factory. I don't like the work of Tessa Farmer. It scares me. I'm not sure if those little figures are real or not. The work of Willard Wigan is incredible. Skateboarder on an eyelash. Or Dow Egbert's Coffee Bean Queen. Now let's look at the work of the Miniature Street installation artists. Derek Lynn. It's probably his desk at home. Sometimes they're very simple. Just a cup of coffee and a well-placed figure changes the narrative. A new story emerges. I like this particular work by David Gilliver. One of my favourites would be Slinkerchew. It's clever. You don't need much to change a story or create a new one. You need a camera, some models and a little bit of imagination. It's about scale and a creative mind and a little bit of magic. Now you, what would you do?